Hey guys, just catching you up on a project that we're getting ready to get going on here, or actually already in progress. My wife, we're getting ready to put the hardtop back on because it's January as I'm taping this. And so the weather stripping on the old hardtop was just caked and everything onto the car. So she actually went around and you can kind of see where the ring was, where that was. And clean that all off, and that was quite a painstaking effort. She used tried a bunch of different things and ended up using this that I normally use for cleaning up interiors and stuff like that. But she would spray that onto some heavy buildup for a while, and then use some cheapy microfiber towels from Harbor Freight to clean that off, and just have to keep going that bit by bit and layer by layer until it was all off there. So it was definitely a very painstaking process. But it came out really pretty well. I still want to buff this paint so I think that the rest of that ring will disappear. But I mean, she really got what was piled up here, a half-inch thick of 65-year-old weather stripping was really came out pretty well in the end. And then similarly up here on the chrome, got all that cleaned up, and I think she hit that with some steel wool right at the end too. So that's what the car looks like, and we'll go check out the top now. And guys, here we are down at the top, and I've got the new weather stripping laid out there. We got the weather stripping kit from Larry's Thunderbird. That's where we got that. And it seems like on a dry fit, it seemed like it fit pretty well, so I'm pretty pleased so far with that weather stripping that we got. Looks like a Teamco brand actually within, and all the parts are labeled and everything for where they go. There are left and rights on some of these. And she used, again after experimenting a little bit, she used Goo Gone, which I don't have the bottle handy to show you, but it's out there, pretty common I think. Anyway, she used Goo Gone and just rags to clean this stuff up, and you can see she did a really nice job cleaning out all this trim. It is nice and shiny. And then the same thing on the fiberglass portions here. She really cleaned all that well. I think in some cases she got some like dental picks and dug stuff out of like these little crevices in here and things like that, and did some detail cleaning. So we are all cleaned and prepped now. Next step is we got to do a little bit of dry fitting, which we've actually started at, and then I got to get a tube of adhesive, weather stripping adhesive, to be able to put this stuff on. And it looks like the process we're going to try here anyway is get this first piece dry fitted, get the holes cut where the pins go through. We did this little ear off, so I'm going to try and repair that on there. And I think this little edge here goes under the trim. I got to double check that. And if we can get that under there, and our screws we've got sitting here for the front gets the shorter screws so they don't actually poke up through the top, and then the rest gets some longer screws. But it looks like once we get these ends fit in here, then I think we're kind of home free on this one. The rest of the parts just kind of lay in. Oh, and I forgot there's this little trim ring too that will be probably a bit of a bugger. This thing here, it goes into this edge right here and all the way around. So you can kind of see the profile on that. So yeah, that end on the bottom has got to go into this trim, so that could be a little fun too. But, so that's kind of where we're at in the process right now. That's today's project anyway, so we can get this weather stripping back on and get it on the car and maybe take it around the neighborhood for a little bit. All right, happy T-birding. Okay guys, here we are with the weather stripping installed, and pretty much went like we thought it was going to. We did this front piece first, And kind of the way we did it, which you can see some other videos too on just generally how to use the weather stripping cement, was kind of buttered the channel that it goes into and then buttered the back side of the piece, let those get tacky, kind of like using contact cement, and then put them into place and then screwed it down. I did use some of these clamps like to hit this curve here, and on the other side I clamped it in a couple of spots in addition to screwing it down, and you know, and after just several minutes of that, then it was stuck into place pretty well. So we did this front piece first, and then we went to that back middle piece, and then worked our way around the sides and to the door frames, and then finished up in here. And then where I also used these clamps was to kind of just space over this piece here off the front, so that it, you know, the glue would give a chance to stick to that. Looks like, yeah, moderate success with that. Yeah, and that was kind of the last pieces. Those came together to stick them together. So that's it for the main weather stripping. Yeah, you can see I'm pretty happy with how that came out. I think that'll definitely seal well. The next piece to do, and I'm interested if anybody else has done this, well, I know other people have done it, is this last kind of trim ring or whatever you want to call it. There's the profile of the thing. Get a good view on that. And then this side goes into the stainless trim channel. And, you know, and then you got these three wipers that go against the deck of the car. And that goes down into this piece of trim right here, all the way around the hardtop to the other side. And it's just kind of a bear to work this in. So I don't know if I need to spread that channel and then cement this stuff in and then clamp the channel back down a little bit, or interested if somebody's done that before, how they did that. Would appreciate your comments on that one. But step one went pretty well. Got that done yesterday. It's been sitting for about almost, probably not quite 24 hours yet, so it's pretty well dried up. But just wanted to go ahead and get that out, and then definitely asking for somebody that's done it before, and see if we can learn from somebody else's experience on that last piece of trim. Thanks, guys. Happy T-birding.